Hey, beautiful beings of Great Valley. I hope you guys woke up this morning with a beautiful smile on your face, because I did. So this morning, for those that know me, one of the first things I do in the morning, besides doing my early routine for my mind, body, and spirit, right? I love to nourish myself before entering the world. I go and before drinking my coffee, obviously I brush my teeth and all that good stuff, right? That you guys don't have to know about. And then I pour some coffee or some tea for myself, depending what day it is. But every day I drink coffee. I'm not even gonna lie. But sometimes I drink tea before that, or whatever my routine is in the morning. Then I choose coffee or tea before or after. All right. So just to get cut to the chase. This coffee mug, it's absolutely amazing to me. It is extremely special for me. I love mugs, and if I were to choose a favorite one, I would probably choose all of them. But this one in particular has a special is a significance to it. Not only does it have a cool phrase to it, life happens, but my mom also gave it to me for Mother's Day as a gift. So thank you, Mama. I love you with all my heart, and this is a super cool as mug. Great choice. Now, what happened this morning was I went to pour the coffee on this amazing mug, and I noticed I really put a lot of emphasis to the message. Life happened. So it really triggered me to make this video. So what I want to touch base on is totally related to this coffee mug. Okay, life happens. Okay, so I love this phrase, life happens, and I decided to make a super quick video on this because many of us may read this phrase but won't really put enough emphasis to it in order to get a benefiting perspective. Okay, so a lot of us go through life with the mentality that life somehow happens to us, and then I really think that in order for us to experience life, in order for us to live much more joyful, we need to step out of this type of mentality that is not really serving us. I think, in my opinion, that the new mentality should be life happens, and because I am part of this vast consciousness, I'm also experiencing this occurrence or this in which is happening. There is a huge difference between repeatedly practicing or having a habit of saying, life happens to me. Life, everything is happening to me. I deserve this, or it's always happening to me somehow. There is a different shift in vibration when you say that, as opposed to life is occurring, life is happening, or life happens. And when you say life happens or life is occurring, it's an unconscious intent, to saying, or you're saying simultaneously, life is passing by, or whatever is happening is going to pass. Whatever happens, I am disattached from it. It doesn't identify who I am. I don't self-identify with it. It's completely off of my being. I'm just part of it, you see. So stepping out of that mentality is a great must, or a big must, a great plus. So I think that we need to step more into this new perspective that is capable of viewing life from a completely different angle. So less of I am a victim of what is happening, or what happened to me, or what happened, as part of my life experience for the rest of my life, and more of just like the storms, just like the weather, and just like every given moment in time, this too shall pass by, right? I think that this is much more easier said than done. I completely get it. I've been there, in whatever shape or form, even if the situation is the same as yours, similar, or it differs greatly, it still triggers negative emotions, and it still makes you become this type of person with this negative habit of of repeating negative things over and over again, and for thus conditioning your mind this way. So it's much more easier to be prone to that kind of lifestyle, that kind of habitual cycle every day when you are exposed to negative things all the time. It's much more easier, and this is why I'm giving you this information. I'm not going in full detail, but I'm just giving you a little message for today. However, I think that it is possible. It is possible, and I think that as long as you know in your soul that life can change to experience better moments, then you are on the route to actually live it. But I think that consistency to expand, the mind is really key here. We cannot just give up on our minds. We need to actually build a new programming, because maybe we've been so exposed, to this kind of environment that was consistently obligating us to be a certain way, and then all of a sudden life changes. We're miserable because we don't want to be that way any longer. We don't want to experience these things anymore. But your misery actually comes mostly from the desire of wanting a better living, while simultaneously competing with this old mentality that continuously haunts you. I think that whether you realize it or not, you have free will. We all have free will, to choose what thoughts travel our mind, or not really what thoughts travel our minds, because there are thoughts that we don't even think about, and they just pop in our minds, in our heads, right? Or even, for example, memories. There are certain things in our environment that trigger that, whether it's a perfume that brings you back to your first great teacher, or whatever it is, a color that reminds you of a specific room in which you were in, reminds you of your grandmother when she was still alive, or the great moments that you had as a child. Your five senses are the pathway of triggering these memories or these thoughts, to become in your mind. But I think that the key here is you have free will to choose what kind of mentality you want to have, what kind of perspective you want to have. And if you want to be more open-minded, if you want you want to be more free of your mind or in your inner world, if you want to have more peace within yourself, you need to realize that you have free will, and that you can actually choose what conscious level you want to be in, or what kind of mentality you want to be in order to experience a better living. I think that, like I said, we all have free will, and I can't choose that for you. I can't choose change for you. And the reality is that nobody can choose anything for you, no matter what it is that you want to change. Nobody can change what you want to change for you. You need to be the actual initiator. You need to set an everyday intent to reprogram your mind to become better, to reprogram your mind to serve you instead of you being your mind's slave, but you have to want it. You have to want it. You have to want it in a deeper level. A lot of people say that I want change, but my question to you is, how bad do you actually want change? Are you putting in the work to actually change? You see, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for reaching this far into this video, because if you have reached this far into this video, it means that somehow these words resonate. Something in this video resonates to you as a human being, and you are on the route, just you taking the initiative to finish this video. That means that it says to me that you are on the route to searching. You are on that path of searching of yourself within all the occurrences of life. So I love you, beautiful being. Have a blessed day. Surpass Illusion.